How's it going, everyone? Got quite a lot to talk about in this video. Sony is partnering with a studio to work on a new game on an existing Sony IP. I see a lot of theories already being thrown around, but we'll talk about that. Sony Interactive Entertainment and People Can Fly have entered an agreement for a new game prototype based on a Sony IP. People Can Fly is actually helping the Coalition right now work on Gears of War E-Day, and now it looks like People Can Fly will be partnering with PlayStation for some sort of new title based on an intellectual property belonging to Sony Interactive Entertainment, codenamed Project Delta at the moment. Now, I already see people correlate this to a potential multiplayer IP because People Can Fly working on Gears alongside Coalition, and that's probably the wheelhouse that they would be working within. A shooter, I mean, Killzone, that's the one that makes the most sense to me. I saw some people throw around SOCOM, but you gotta think about the titles that would be in line with what People Can Fly can do. Maybe Twisted Metal, like, I don't know, but you just had a Twisted Metal title get canceled, so I don't know how much we're gonna be pushing that. If I was Sony right now, and you're in the position where you just canceled a bunch of live service games, and I would think they don't have to do anything. They could literally twiddle their thumbs and release Concord 2. I am not kidding. They could greenlight Concord 2 and have People Can Fly work on Concord 2, release it, cancel it within the same day. It wouldn't affect them because it just doesn't matter anymore. At least it wouldn't affect them to the point of actual having long-term consequences, because I've been down this road and I've talked about it a lot, but they just don't have that pressure anymore. That pressure doesn't exist. But at the same time, you keep making bad decisions, and ultimately, you know, it's gonna have some sort of effect, and you should rather just be making good decisions. So I would rather People Can Fly and PlayStation, if they're working on a brand new IP. To me, the one that makes the most sense is Killzone. Killzone is a franchise that I think a lot of people want to see come back, and it's the one that makes the most sense based on the fact that the studio that had been working on Killzone in the past, Guerrilla, is busy. Guerrilla has a juggernaut with Horizon. They're gonna do the third Horizon game. They've got a Horizon live service game in development. I don't think now's the time for Guerrilla to jump back on Killzone. Let them finish up their work with Horizon. Horizon's gonna be a trilogy, and we could wrap up Horizon with Horizon 3. Maybe they'll do a future title. Let's just keep AI Aloy out of these things, okay? AI Aloy may give me some nightmares, but I think Guerrilla should finish up with Horizon and then, you know, bench that franchise for a while, maybe move on to a new IP. But for now, you should be utilizing Killzone. You should be utilizing these IPs in your umbrella. Like, screw Fair Game, screw Concord. Why do we need to make new IPs when we have these IPs dormant for so long? And I'm all for new IPs being created, but not when they're as nonsensical as Concord, and not when they're as nonsensical as Fair Game. Let's dig up Killzone. Let's dig up the other IPs that they have, the ones that have been dormant for so long, and let's bring them back. Yes, sometimes I do hear people criticize Sony for going back and doing the same franchises over and over again. Are you telling me people are gonna complain if Killzone comes back? Oh my god, it's Sony Killzone hasn't seen a new game in like 10 years. People would be ecstatic over a new Killzone, and by the time it would come out, it would be 2028, 2029. Shadowfall came out in 2013. Nobody's gonna be like, Sony's just doing the same thing over and over again. Where are the new IPs? Nobody's gonna say that. Nobody would say that if it's a new SOCOM. Nobody would say that if they decided to bring Warhawk back. Nobody would care. People would be excited on the basis that it's an existing IP. And what I would question is, why would you try to do new IP live service games when you could try to live serviceify, that's not even a word, but you get the idea, apply the live service model as, you know, if we actually apply proper English, apply the live service model to existing IPs. Maybe you don't think those existing IPs could fit into the live service model. You know, maybe the Hellgast aren't as promotable as the great character designs in Concord. I don't know. But I think if you want to get back into the fray with multiplayer games, Killzone makes a lot of sense, and I don't think there's any way we can escape multiplayer games in the year 2025 and beyond having some sort of live service model. I'm sure Gears of War E-Day is gonna have some sort of live service model. I don't think live service is inherently bad. I think we're just scarred by live service and the idea that we associate with these free-to-play games, these monetized to hell games. No, you can monetize a game for a long period of time, and you could make it a quality game, and we could also satisfy the existing IPs under our umbrella. I would love a new Killzone single-player campaign on top of, you know, if we're gonna have a multiplayer component. I get it that nowadays I'm not escaping the live service model. Like, even Call of Duty, Halo, all of these games are applying the live service model, and I'm sure Killzone, if they brought it back, it would apply the live service model in some form. So it just is what it is, and I have to take it for what it is. And, you know, and I would just be happy on the basis that Killzone is coming back, and I think that has a lot more mileage than Concord, Fair Game, and a billion other canceled titles. And to be fair, they did try to take Twisted Metal into the live service format. They tried to take Last of Us into the live service format. They tried to take, what's it called? They're gonna be taking Horizon into the live service format, so they're doing that a little bit, and, you know, I just think it would be better with a game like Killzone. I'm not even saying Killzone was made for live service, it's just that if I had to pick an IP that already exists and we have to apply the live service model to it, Killzone has some history to it. People want a new Killzone game, so inherently they're gonna be interested, and live service is just something we're not going to avoid, so, like, whatever. Like, I just have to deal with that. You know, we're not gonna go, and I'm not gonna get something that's like a Killzone 2. It's not gonna happen, and I think the days of multiplayer games like that is probably over. Now, People Can Fly doing a Killzone 2 remake or remaster and then it being the exact same, hey, I would be pretty excited about that. Don't get me wrong, but I just don't think that's gonna happen either. The issue with the idea of those remasters on a game like Killzone or Resistance is you are trying to push that live service model. Even though Sony's canceled all these games, they still want to push the live service model, and you don't want to split your audience by releasing something like a Killzone 2 remaster. That's exactly why it looks like Gears of War is not going to have multiplayer in this collection, even though it makes all the sense in the world, because I do think there's that argument of we don't want to split our audience by having this Gears multiplayer in the Gears of War collection when we ultimately want to get everybody playing Gears of War E-Day, and that's going to have some monetized aspect to it. I just think all of these multiplayer games, you guys, they're going to be live service to some extent. Now, you could get totally wild with it, a billion different skins, season passes and everything like that, or you could make it a little bit more conservative, but the live service model has a large scale to it, and I think every multiplayer game, at least the vast majority, going forward is going to have it applied in some form. And I don't think that's immediately a death sentence for those games, but nonetheless, that's just total speculation. People Can Fly, for all I know, they could be working on, I don't even know. Pick any obscure PlayStation IP. The Order 1886 too, okay? Maybe they're working on The Order 1887. Yeah, that probably isn't the case. But nevertheless, there's always that option as well. But that is gonna do it for me. Again, what this People Can Fly title could be, who knows? It's not gonna be revealed for a long time, and based on the fact that they're working on production of a prototype of a new game codenamed Project Delta, like, this could be halfway into development, it could end up being canceled. Like, this is very much the infancy of a game, and we all thought that we were eventually we were gonna be getting Last of Us Factions. That ultimately got canceled, and these days, like, canceling these projects that get revealed like this, it seems to be fairly common, and I wouldn't be all too surprised if this is in development for a couple years, ends up getting canceled, and there we go with that. But this most certainly will be a PlayStation 6 game, if it does see the light of day. But that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Interested to hear what you guys think People Can Fly could be working on. I see Killzone getting thrown around. I see SOCOM getting thrown around. Resistance would be really cool as well. Could you imagine Resistance in, like, Unreal Engine 5? That'd be pretty cool, I would think. But yeah, that'll do it for me. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. As always, thanks for watching. Sound off down below, and goodbye. Hey guys, we hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you're already subscribed, do us a favor and hit the bell icon. This way you'll be notified whenever we post a new video. That's the best way to keep up with all of our uploads, and we usually try to upload 2 videos a day. And with the bell icon hit, you'll be notified whenever we do upload a video. As always, thanks for watching.